Ch4 functions, we're looking at Lesson 2 in Chapter 4. Lesson 2 in Chapter 4. Okay? And we're going to talk about relations as tables, and we're going to talk about relations as graphs. Before we do that, I want to do a little vocabulary setup here, okay? Now, the reason why this is a little review of the coordinate grid is because, who can tell me what a relation is? Can anybody tell me what a relation is? It's a set of ordered pairs. Very good. It is a set of ordered pairs. So since we're looking at sets of ordered pairs, x comma y, this coordinate grid is where you put the ordered pairs, right? You remember you graph the ordered pairs on the coordinate grid. So here is the coordinate grid. Let's start off with the quadrants. How do I number those? Which one is quadrant 1? Which one is quadrant 1? Top left? Top right. This one over here. And when we number the quadrants, we use Roman numerals. So this one is quadrant 1. Which one is quadrant 2? This way, right? So this one is quadrant 2. Which one is 3? Bottom right? Bottom left. Very good. So this one is 3, and this one is 4. And again, you're going to use your Roman numerals to name them. Okay? All right. So what's this point in the middle, right here? What's that called? 0, 0. What's it called? Start with an O. Start with an O. Origin. Very good. That's the origin. That's the origin. Good. And what about these two crossbars, these lines here? This is the x-axis. So this one over here is the x-axis. And this one, this goes up and down. This one is the y-axis. Very good. That's the y-axis. And how about this point right there? How do I name that point? That is a coordinate, but I want to know actually it's an ordered pair, but I want to know what are the coordinates of that ordered pair. Yes? Negative 4, comma 3. Very good. Negative 4, comma 3. And again, just like what you did, you're going to always start at 0. You'll name the x value first, and then you will name the y value. Is everybody clear? All right. Very good. And that is your coordinate grid. So, a relation, as you said, is a set of any set of ordered pairs. Okay? A relation is any set of ordered pairs. You want to make sure that you have that in your spiral so you know what it is. Okay? So you write that down in your spiral. A relation is any set of ordered pairs. Now, a relation can be represented as a table and as a graph. Can be represented as a table and as a graph, and we saw that in yesterday's lesson too, right? The x comma y. Now, with those, the domain of the relation is the set of x coordinates. The domain is a set of x coordinates. And the range is the set of y coordinates. Okay? The domain is the set of x coordinates, and the range is the set of y coordinates. So going back up to this diagram up here, here we have, see all these red values right here, these numbers in red? Which ones are those, the x or the y? Those are the x values. The x always comes first, right? Those are all of the x values. Those are the x values. Okay? And that set of all the x values, if you put them in a set all together, this is called the domain. Okay? Do you remember from yesterday what those x values, another name I called them? Check with an I. Input. Did we say input values yesterday? When we were doing the problems, all the values that you put into the expression, those were the input values. They're called the domain. The x values are called the domain. It's also called the input values. Okay? See these blue numbers right here. The second values, those of course, now you know, are called the y values. Very good. Those are the y values. And when you put them together like this, that is an ordered pair, x comma y. And yesterday, we called the x values the input. What did we call the y values? We called those the output. So that's also another name for the range. Okay? So here we have a list of, these are all of the x values. Those are the domain values. Here are the y values. And you can also find the domain and range for in a graph. Again, you're going to look at each point. You will look at each point, and then you will say, what are the x values? So here, for this point, the x value is 0, right? For this one, the x value is -2. This one, the x value is +1, the x value, right? And over here, the x value is +3. You see, those are all of the x values. If I switched here and said, okay, what are the range values? You can look at this one right here. Again, the range value, what's the y value there? -1. See how it goes down 1? Here, what's the y value? 3. How about this? What's the y value? 2. And over here, the y value is 1. So you can find the domain values and the y values also in a graph. X values, y values. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at this example down here. It says express the relation -5, 2, 3, -1, 6, 2, and 1, 7 as a table and a graph, and then state the domain and range. Okay? So all we're going to do here, we've got x comma y, x comma y, x comma y, x comma y. Those are all in the form x first, y second, right? So for all of my x values, -5, 3, 6, and 1. Those are going to go on my table, -5, 3, 6, and 1. See that? The y values, of course, are the second ones, the second value. 2, -1, 2, and 7. So we list them again. 2, -1, 2, and 7. And you can see the ordered pairs, how they match up. -5, 2, 3, -1, 6, 2, 1, 7. Okay? And there you have your table. To graph it, all you do is you start at the origin, you move to the x value first, and then you move to the y value. So starting at the origin, to graph -5, 2, we're going to, and you guys, this graph is counting by 2s. You can count by 1s in your notebook if you want to. So this is counting by 2s. So we've got -5, so this is 2, 4, and then -5 is right in the middle. And then you're going to go up 2, 1, 2, right there. And that's how you graph it. The next one, 3 comma negative 1. So we're going to go positive 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go down negative 1. So down negative 1 is right there. 6 comma 2, we're going to go to the right 6, 2, 4, 6, and up 2. And then finally we've got 1 comma 7. So 1 to the right 1 and up 7. So 2, 4, 6, and then halfway is 7. Okay? And of course, again, you guys, if you're counting by ones, it's a little easier. Okay? You would have everything on grid marks. Okay? The last thing that they asked us to do is now state the domain and range. Okay? Now we need to state the domain and range. Now, when you state the domain and range, all you're going to do is you're going to list your x values, that's the domain, list the x values as a set of numbers. Okay? And when you do a set, you have to use your little curly Q brackets. Okay? So, you're going to write the domain -5, 3, 6, and 1. -5, 3, 6, and 1. Those curly Q brackets signify that you have a set. So that is set notation. Okay? For the range, we're going to do the same thing. Okay? So the range here we're going to list all of our y values. Okay? So we've got 2, -1, 2, again. Do I have to list it again? No, you do not list it. You do not list the repeats. Okay? So we have 2, -1, 2, which you don't have to list again, and 7. Okay? And I want you to put a little note in your spiral. You do not list the repeats. Okay? You do not list the repeat. And in our last example, a movie rental store charges $3.95 for movie rental. Make a table of ordered pairs in which the x-coordinate represents the number of movies rented and the y-coordinate represents the total cost for 1, 2, 3, or 4 movies. Then we want to graph the ordered pairs. So in order for us to make this table, we need an equation, right? They didn't tell us to make an equation, but I know that in order to make this table, I need a formula to get it. Okay? So it says a movie rental store charges $3.95 per movie rental. What word tells me the operation here? Per tells me times, multiply. Very good. So we are going to multiply $3.95 to get the cost. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to write y. Okay. I want to write y is equal to $3.95 times the x value, which is the number of movies we're renting. Okay? So, when we make our table, what are my input values going to be? What are my input values going to be? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very good. So that goes here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And how do I get my output values? what do you do with this 1? You put it in for what? X. So this is going to be $3.95 times 1, which is $3.95. Then you're going to take the $3.95 and then you're going to multiply times 2. And you're going to get $7.90. So there's your completed table. And now we can take this information and graph it on our coordinate grid, where X is equal to the number of movies, right? X coordinate represents the number of movies rented. So here, down here, number of movies. And then the Y value, Y coordinate represents the total cost. So over here, we're going to put cost. Okay, does everybody see how the problem told you what your labels should be? Okay? So now all you do is graph. X comma Y, X comma Y, X comma Y, X comma Y. So this is going to be 1 comma $3.95. So that's almost 4, so that's about right there. Okay? 2 comma $7.90. 2, $7.90, that's almost 8, so I'll put it right about right there. $3, $11.85, so 3, and there's 12, $11.85 is about right there. And then 4 comma $15.80, 4 comma $15.80, again that's almost 16, not quite 16. And there's your graph. Now let me ask you this. Should I draw the line? Why?
Because it's money and money doesn't go on forever.
No, no. What does this X represent?
Number of movies.
Movies rented, right? And this is one movie. What's this? Can I rent 1.5 or 1.5 movies? No, you can't rent 1.5 movies. So you can't get in here, so that means that you do not draw the line. You do not connect the dots. Is that clear? All right, very good. What are my domain values? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And of course, what are my range values? $7.90, $11.85, and $15.80. And now, if I asked you to tell me what the domain and range are, how would you write it? With a little curly T's. Very good. Very good. All right. So.